Greetings, friends. Jason here for AxodysFC. It's Tuesday evening. Just a quick check-in video. Really, no no particular news with Spurs today. You know, they're off. Started practicing in Japan in the lead up to their game. I think is on the 27th. So, while to go still. News wise, just the usual speculation about who some options would be, but there's no real noise at this point. Obviously outgoings that still remain up in the air include Emerson Royale. On an interesting note, he is traveling with the team and playing on the tour, presumably. So curious to see if there's much going on, because obviously Reguilon and Brian Hill remain behind because they're for sure moving on. I'd heard Dominic Solanke tossed out again, as a possible target. But I don't know how much Bournemouth would want for him to go. Seems like he could be a fairly expensive one. Definitely, if it's hard to say. He's younger than Tony. And he is a player that was, really, really quite good last year. And I basically, I picked up his card for Sorare fantasy football. He performed pretty well for me thanks to his kind of breakout season. But it is only one season at the same time. So a lot of people are not too excited about him. Another guy, even Grealish has been I've heard no strong links, but, as a guy that really struggled at City last season, kind of had that hangover after the treble-winning season, and I think he had actually a little bit of injuries that kind of hampered him, but then he didn't train as hard as he needed to get back. And, basically I think his work ethic maybe at times has been his downfall, particularly with Pep. And so, anyway, I don't think he's completely fallen out, and he's definitely seems to have said positive things. So I think and just from a money perspective, I think he's probably a year away from being remotely affordable in some kind of transfer deal for Spurs. So, and at that point, I don't know if his age profile and actually his work ethic are right for Spurs, as much as I like him as a personality and a player. But anyway, it sounds like City has their eye on Eze, but it's not a strong link at this point. Particularly because De Bruyne is not going anywhere, as far as we know. If he suddenly moves to Saudi, then sure, they'll need a more creative player. But on the flip side too, for players like Grealish and Eze, the downside of City is that yes, you'll be part of a squad that's going to win a lot of trophies and that kind of thing, but at the same time, you're going to be more constrained in your role than ever before, because Pep is systematic about how he wants his players to play. and it works. But at the same time, if you're like a highly creative and dynamic player, or a free spirit or whatever, you're gonna have to compromise part of your game. So I don't feel like that's the case with Spurs and Ange. I feel like, yeah, he has things that he definitely wants you to do, but at the same time, he's like encouraging them to take risks and do, dynamic things. So definitely, I think that I think Spurs could have a certain amount of appeal, especially in future years as we continue to show what Ange Ball and Tottenham represents playing style wise, when it's fully implemented and hopefully producing the best that it can. Lots of offense and freedom for attacking players. Anyway, hopefully it will be kind of continue to be more of a draw, more appealing to players going forward. But anyway, just a lot of up in the air at this point. No firm stuff. I heard that Federico Chiesa, who we've been linked to a little bit, is definitely practicing on his own for Juventus. So yeah, he's on the way out there. Whether that's to us or somebody else, that's anybody's guess. But yeah, he's a potential offensive guy for us too. On a random Olympic build-up note, Canada's women's team is in trouble because who are the defending gold medalists in women's soccer. One of their staffers was operating a drone and spying on New Zealand, who I think is their first match or something like that, on their practice, which is so ridiculous because, Canada should be a class above New Zealand at this point, and that's just so embarrassing and unfortunate. And I really do not believe staffers just, go out and do stuff like that on their own. There's no way. So even if they claim that, I do not believe it. So anyway, very unfortunate to hear that. It'll be interesting to see what comes of that, but and I need to figure out who the U.S. women start with. I saw a funny video clip where some of the players were playing knockout in basketball in I think maybe New York practice facility or something like that. Or anyway, Rose Lavelle ended up winning. Just barely sniped Alyssa Nair, I want to say, who looked like the best basketball player of the bunch, actually. But anyway, looking forward to seeing some stuff there and being able to talk about a little bit of Olympic stuff too. So if there's no real Tottenham news, there's other stuff going on. Anyway, as always, thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Oh, and actually, one more shout out, Spurs-related, actually. Sean Butler from Spurs Talk Show had a video. He's slowly recovering access to his electronic stuff and having the ability to get back to doing his channel. So hopefully more of those. Good to see he's doing a little bit better, and crazy circumstances. But anyway, for now, thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you enjoy these, and remember, to dare is to do.